Hi friends, welcome to Spinning Tales. I'm Miss Lucy. Friends, today is Dr. Seuss's birthday, so today I am going to read to you one of my favorite books, and it's There's a Wocket in My Pocket. Did you ever have the feeling there's a wasket in your basket? Or a Nero in your bureau? Or a wasset in your closet? Sometimes I feel quite certain there's a jerkin in the curtain. Sometimes I have the feeling there's a zlock behind the clock. And that self up on that shelf, I have talked to him myself. That's the kind of house I live in. There's a nink in the sink and a zamp in the lamp. And they're rather nice, I think. Some of them are very friendly, like the yacht in the pot, but that yottle in the bottle. Some are friendly, some are not. I like the sable on the table and the gare under the chair and that bofa on the sofa. Well, I wish he wasn't there. All those nutboards in the cupboards, they're good fun to have about. But that noothgrush on my toothbrush, him I could do without. The only one I'm really scared of is that bug under the rug. And that quibney up that chimney, I don't like him, not at all. And it makes me sort of nervous when the Zal scoots down the hall. But the yeps on the steps, they're great fun to have around. And so are many, many other friends that I have found. Like the teller and the neller, and the geller and the deller, and the beller and the weller, and the zeller in the cellar. And the geeling on the ceiling, and the zower in my shower. And the Zillow on my pillow. I don't care if you believe it. That's the kind of house I live in, and I hope we never leave it. Friends, as we come over to our table today, we are going to do a Dr. Seuss activity. I chose for us today to do a Lorax terracotta pot, which would be great with the Lorax, the book. If you have this available at home, I encourage you to read it. It's a great read, and also watch the movie. That would be great fun. This activity is perfect because we are coming upon springtime, and you will have fun creating your own tree like they do here. It will be a sprout similar to that. Friends, what you will need is a terracotta, and I have a small to medium size, but you can have any size. You will need some yellow yarn, some scissors. I have an orange pom-pom, and a pinto bean is what I happen to choose today to put in my pot to grow a sprout. You can also use a lima bean. And let's not forget our little googly eyes for his face. Okay, friends, our first step is going to be to get our terracotta, and let's create his face. The first thing to do is get your yellow yarn, and you're going to cut it in about 5.5 to 6 inches long, strips of 6 inches long. I have mine pre-cut already, and you can make as many or as little depending on how thick you want your mustache to be. I have approximately 12 pieces. Then you take one and you will tie it in the middle to create his mustache. Friends, one last thing that I forgot to mention that you will need is a hot glue gun. I have a hot glue gun because I can be careful with it. But if you are working with this at home, make sure your parent is with you if you decide to use a glue gun. If you don't want to use a glue gun, some tacky glue will work as well. It just takes a little bit longer to dry. So our first step will be to put some glue on our yarn, or you could put it directly on the terracotta and glue it on right about where you would like his mustache to go, which for me is going to be right about there. Okay? The second thing I am going to add is an orange pom-pom for his nose. That will go directly above his mustache. Lastly, his eyes. A little dash of glue behind. Stay on right next to each other, as close or as far away as you would like it. Remember, you have these little glue strings. Sometimes get left behind. You could just peel them off. Okay, there's his face. Then you will need some soil. If I forgot to mention that, I might have. But you need some soil for the pot. Okay. Then take your bean and put it in the middle. An extra tip would be to soak your bean overnight. That will help it sprout even quicker. Then I'm going to add just a little bit more soil to cover that up. Okay. Then you're going to have a little cup of water, like this. I am going to put this paper plate under because there's a little hole on the bottom of the pot for the plant to breathe and for the moisture of the water to come out. And put a little bit of water. And every day, friends, you will water it a little bit and you will set it outside so it can have some sun. And in a few days, actually, maybe about a week, you will see a sprout coming out. And you will have your very own truffula tree or something similar to that in your very own Lorax pot. Thank you, friends.